The time of the first kickoff is approaching, and European women basketball history will be made in upcoming minutes because neither Greece nor Belgium have ever reached up to the medals in the European Championship. So we are about to witness some history in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we will start in about 13 minutes. Belgium has lost its semifinals yesterday against Spain, and Greece wasn't able to beat France. So now we're about to begin the bronze medal game. Dámy a pánové, historie evropského ženského basketbalu se bude psát v následujícím zápase o bronzové medaile, protože ani Řecko, ani Belgie nikdy předtím v historii evropských šampionátů nedokázali medaily získat, takže jednomu týmu se to určitě v dnešním zápase podaří. And now, ladies and gentlemen, look up to the jumbotron to watch the portraits of tonight's teams. A teď se ještě podívejme na kosku, kde proběhnou portréty obou týmů.
Určitě jsme někdy prohráli, někdy vyhráli, ale kdo mě uspěl v paměti je moje bývalá spoluhráčka, ale hlavně protihráčka Evina Malci, která byla výborný bojeř, je výborný střelec, určitě na mistrovství Evropy bude, ale dneska vytáhne řecký tým. A můžu zapomenout na zápas, kdy jsme hráli za proti USA. Bylo to finálové utkání a Evina Malci nám dala poslední vteřině téměř celé hřiště a díky tomu vyhráli ve sérii finálu na 2-2.
Well, hello, good evening. Welcome back to the Prague Arena. It's the FIBA EuroBasket Women 2017 third place game, or bronze, if you will. The clash between Belgium and Greece. Well, these two teams have made it all the way into this deep part of the tournament. They're coming off semifinal defeats that were pretty convincing in the end. Here's what's happened earlier today. Italy beating the Slovak Republic, Latvia falling to Turkey, and now it's Belgium and Greece, followed by Spain and France. Spain and France obviously is the title game. The Belgians were beaten soundly yesterday by Spain, and France broke open a tight game against Greece, and that was about right around the third quarter. Things just started to go south for Greece, and you know, the Greeks and the Belgians clearly have not lost sight of the fact that they can leave this tournament with a spot on the podium. Well, I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Shona Thorburn from the Canada International. She was last year at the Rio de Janeiro Games. And we've been bringing you the commentary throughout this EuroBasket Women, and it has not been short of talking points. And one of the big talking points has been Greece, who were thoroughly professional. And boy, they were impressive the way they came out. They beat Turkey in the quarterfinals. And then yesterday they just ran out of steam, I think, against France.
Yeah, you know, against Turkey, they had a game plan and they executed it. You know, that's what it comes down to. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice already. And I think against France, they played well for, let's say, 34 minutes. And it was really just a quick sort of 4-minute stretch that blew open the game for France. And you saw Malti, who has just been the heart and soul of this team. And she couldn't get going, you know, yesterday. And credit to France's defense, but she's still averaging 16.7 points. And she just, you know, she was missing shots that we've seen her make all tournament. So they played a lot of games. They've had a lot of close games, and I think France just wore them down.
Well, you look at Belgium, and there's only one thing that you can say about this team. You have to be impressed. I mean, the way they've been in the wilderness for so long, coming back to the FIBA EuroBasket Women and making it all the way to the semifinals. And quite frankly, they just ran into a great Spanish team. I mean, it's no disgrace to lose to Spain. They never gave up the ghost. Again, they just didn't have quite enough firepower. They couldn't get Messerman going inside their world-class centers. And I don't use that word lightly. They couldn't get their veteran Ann Wouters at the level where she has been accustomed to being in her career and at this EuroBasket Women. And Kim Mestad, who was just terrific in the quarterfinal, really never got on track.
Yeah, and give credit where credit is due. Spain had a scouting report, and they just shut down the strengths of a strong Belgian team. We were calling Wouters and Messman twin towers, and they just shut them down. They didn't get anything easy.
So we're going to have the playing of the national anthem starting with Greece.
And
So
now,
that was
national
the national
anthem
anthem of
of
Greece. And now we're
Belgium.
into the national anthem of Belgium.
Both entrants were
So the national anthems have been played. Greece and Belgium meet at half court. And also Coach Mestag and Coach Karamidis meet at midcourt. And also the referees go to midcourt. And we will introduce you to the referees sooner rather than later, but Greece trying to get some positive vibes back, you can see. So Boris Prejic, Martin Kozlauskas, and Maj Kasuko-Forsberg from Slovenia, Latvia, and Denmark have drawn the assignment for this contest, which is confirmation that really this trio of referees have done a good job in the eyes of the evaluators. They do take it very seriously. They look back at all the game tapes, and it's soon after games they go back over it with referees and say, you did this well, you didn't do this well, whatever. So it's really interesting. For Greece, Lolita Lamoura didn't have quite the impact yesterday that she had in the quarterfinal. Spiridopoulos, Maltsi, Nikolapoulou, Sotiriou, Kaltsidou played well. She's in the starting lineup. Spanu, Sotiriou, Nikolapoulou, and Maltsi. So I suppose that's the starting lineup that you would expect to see. And there's actually a lot of experience in that lineup. I mean, you've got players with a lot more EuroBasket Women experience than in the Belgian team. But that's obvious because Belgium haven't been there for a long time, since 2007. And for Belgium, Mesdag, number 5. Can she get on track tonight? Delar, boy, she is solid. Number 6, she just plays and plays. Emma Messerman, world class. Enough said. And Julie Van Loo, number 35, really a good point guard. I'm impressed. And Wouters as well. I mean, she's going to be looked back on as one of the all-time greats, really, in Belgium. May be viewed as the all-time great right now, and one of the all-time greats in Europe for everything that she's achieved, both whether it's in the WNBA, whether it's been in Europe, whether it's been for Belgium.
I mean, you talk about Anne Wouters and her career, and she will go down as one of the top-notch, most decorated women's basketball players, I'm going to say. Not even just European basketball players, women's basketball players in history, and what she has accomplished. So here you go. You know, this is our matchup of the night. Messman, 18 points, 7.8 rebounds. Kaltsidou, 14.7 efficiency. So clearly, you know, these are two people who know each other very well because they both played in France a few years ago on different teams, but you know, they did play against each other. We have Kouramidis, the Greek coach, who I think has done a great job. He runs this matchup type zone that has confused players, and you know, France was the stronger team yesterday, but I talked to some of the players after the game, and they had no idea if Greece was a man or a matchup zone, and that's what you want to do. You want to confuse the offense. We have Coach Mesdag, from Belgium, who has just done so much for this Belgian team. I mean, clearly to be playing in a medal game at EuroBasket 2017, you have to be talented. And think about the joy it brings for him to reach, you know, I'm going to guess, a pinnacle of his career. You know, he did have that Euro Cup final with the team from Belgium a couple of years ago, but he even gets to enjoy this experience with two of his daughters. And, you know, that's, you know, you wonder if it's a little awkward at times, but I'm pretty sure everyone stays professional and no one's getting sent to bed early if they don't play well. Let's put it that way.
Very good. You know, maybe, you never know, maybe he reads some bedtime stories before they go to bed. Or maybe he just reads over the game plan.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe they watch a movie, a.k.a. game video, from the previous or upcoming game.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the Prague Arena. If you just joined us, it's the FIBA EuroBasket Women 2017 third place game between Greece and Belgium. And plenty of terrific storylines around this game. Most notably has to be how wonderful both these teams have done this year, perhaps surprising a lot of people along the way. So Belgium won the opening tip, and now Greece have it. And the player with the ball right now is Evina Maltsi. And you know all about her. She puts that first attempt off the back of the rim. But she sure tormented Turkey in the quarterfinal. And Mestog tries to get going. Is able to follow her own missed shot. Here's Julie Van Loo. Go! Three-pointer.
And that's a good sign. You know, we talked yesterday, and you saw Van Loo starting to hit some shots. A little bit too late for Belgium to come back against France, but I played against this woman, and trust me, she can make them from a good 2 meters behind the three-point line.
Maltzy can't get it to go, and Spano very alertly grabs the rebound, puts it up with the left hand. Mestog and rattles out. Galar puts it up, misses, and Spano goes up. And probably happy not to be going up against that tall French front line. Now Maltzy again misses, but Soterio after the tip from Calcidou. There you go.
And that was a great tip by Calcidou. She knew exactly where her teammate was, and she also knew she couldn't come down with the board. But honestly, that's an offensive rebound plus an assist in my mind.
And Mestog misses again. All the points have actually been second chance points after missed shots. You know, Italy probably wondering why Mestog had to light them up the way that she did in the first half. She really made their lives miserable, but she hasn't had a great start tonight. And Calcidou steps out of bounds.
Ball was out of bounds. Ball for Belgium.
Messerman goes baseline, and Maltzy now pushes it quickly. Calcidou works her way and almost gets an M1, but as it is, she will settle for a couple of free throws.
First personal followed by player number 6.
So Galar picks up the personal.
2 free throws for Greece.
And this is what I don't understand about stats, you know.
Not real bad defense, to be honest.
Calcidou should have had that offensive tip that she tipped it to her teammate. No? Or at least give her an assist for it. She didn't get either.
Maybe they readjust them after they look back.
Really? After we promise on them? I hope they do. Right now I have an offensive rebound and an assist for Calcidou, and now she's at the free throw line.
Calcidou. Remember, the emphasis is on the C, so it's Calcidou.
Calcidou.
Puts Greece in front by 3. And Valters, and that's good. Something that she had absolutely zero daylight yesterday to get anything going for Belgium. Vina Maltzy goes baseline, tries to force it there. Maltzy's fortunate that every time Greece have been able to rebound her misses. She's kind of forcing it a little bit.
Yeah, I like that she's starting
Oh,
aggressive.
what a play from Nikolapoulou. Nikolapoulou is improving before our own eyes. I mean, she had moments. That was Valtos for Belgium.
First personal foul for player number 35, Julie Van Loo.
And then that was Nikolapoulou bringing the ball up the floor. Van Loo picks up the first foul. Picks up her first foul.
And one more point, so it was 3-point play by Angelique Nikolapoulou. The score is 9-5.
A good start here tonight. Maltzy usually does a really good job of letting the game come to her, and tonight she's forcing it just a little. And Spano fouls Valters as she tries to get in. I think the Belgian bench actually is a little bit better than people probably give it credit for. That was an unlucky foul.
First personal foul, 2 free throws for
I really think if I'm Belgium, I'm saying we need to get the ball to Wouters and Messman because they have a height advantage and they're also more skilled than the Greek front court. I mean, it's not. It's clearly statistically they are more skilled. So it's something that they need to look at going to the majority of the offensive attacks.
So Wouters very effective so far, putting points on the board, and good hands from Belgium on defense, and Ken Mestag. Oh, beautiful bounce pass, and Wouters goes in and lays it off. Nice play. You know, so much attention goes to Messerman and Mestag and Wouters, even Van Loo, but as you see Wouters laying it up off the glass. But you know, from my observations, from when I've talked to other people, this is the player here at Delar that's really raising eyebrows.
I love her game, and I know statistically, if you don't watch them play and you just look at stats, missed by Calcidu there, you wouldn't think a lot of her, but if you watch and you realize how much she does, I mean, she averages over 30, 32 minutes a game, so clearly she's important, even if you, see, this is where they're going to hurt, sorry, I was trying to talk about something, but this is where they're going to really hurt them. I think Belgium can offensive rebound against Greece. And sure enough, they fouled, but it's either a foul or they were going to give up the offensive rebound. So yeah, going just back to Belgium, I mean, you have to have role players, and that's what she plays for them.
And Messerman goes in very easily. You got to basically keep her out of the paint. You got to make it a little bit harder for Wouters and for Messerman.
You do kind of make them take tough shots, not shots that they're comfortable taking, and see if they can make those. You know what? It's a lot easier for us to tell them that's what they should do.
Oh, nice. Oh. Maltzy just can't get the fall. That's her shot. And Wouters open. Good! The Greece have been so good defensively in the tournament, but they're, they're giving up some easy ones tonight. Nice rolling to the left. It's a high-scoring start here, relatively, for these two teams. Certainly for Greece.
And I really love Spani's game, considering how undersized she is to play. I mean, she's playing center for them. And she's just so crafty around the basket.
What about Sotorio? She has to go up against Messerman. She has given up a lot of height. Oh, Mestag! Now that's good news for Belgium if they can get Mestag rolling. Ramon, meanwhile, is checked in at number 42. For Delar. And Maltzy finally gets it the ball. So Van Loo is tying him up, lacing him up. Wouters, the veteran in his mid-30s. Another two kids has continued to play at such a high level. Messerman drives. Greece, the problem they have really is they can't collapse on both Wouters and Messerman. And we've seen what Messerman can do. I mean, she can hit short jump hooks, short jump shots, and now an offensive foul against Greece.
You do try and trap either one of Messerman or Wouters. They are so skilled that they know exactly where the trap is coming from, and they can hit the open player.
Substitute from Greece.
Watch this.
Number 34, Mariela Pasula. First time in the game. And also substitute from Belgium with number 9.
So this is going to start to become difficult for Greece with Spanu having 3 fouls with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
So that was a vital call. They're already challenged height-wise, and young Fasula comes into the game. And Carpier hangs it off. And Valtos in Belgium, you can see now they're starting to get the confidence, the wind in their sails. And a dangerous moment here for Greece. Shots coming far too easily for Belgium.
First personal foul by player number 42,
Look at that. That's just too easy.
In the game goes.
We're looking at a player who simply could not get on track yesterday. She didn't have a chance. But I mean, you can't compare Spain and Greece. Spain, just 2 different styles. Incredibly deep roster for Spain.
And Waters goes to the bench with already 10 points. Not a bad night.
She's on her way to 40. She didn't get 10 last night.
So 2 free throws for Greece.
So maybe this can calm things down for Greece to get to the free throw line. Linskens also is in the game. Having come in for Valters. And calmly sank both.
I like her.
Last 2 minutes in the first quarter.
This is a young talent for Greece, and she's going to have many more games with that Greek uniform on, that's for sure.
Now Messiman takes the 3. I know she's capable of shooting that, but they're having so much success going in. And look at Fasula. Oh no, they're going to wipe it away and say she traveled it. She's got soft hands and impressive. And judging from Coach Mestog's reaction, he wasn't happy with the shot selection of Messiman the last time down. Maybe, how quickly she took it in the shot clock. And Messiman gets in and takes Kalsidu to school and takes it up to a 7-point lead. And she's got 6 points. And really, Belgium, that's why I think Mestog was not happy before, because they're getting anything they want inside. And the turnover, and Katamidis, this game is not going the way he has planned. Oh, look at the play, and it's Rahman who puts up the reverse layup.
And timeout for Greece.
I mean, I'm not sure what Belgium did with that in shoot-around this morning, but whatever coach had them going through, it's working because they already have 24 points on the board. And they're their offense, it's like the first quarter we saw in the quarterfinals that these guys played. I mean, they were just, look at that, 14-8. They have 14 points in the paint in the first quarter alone, and there's still 50 seconds to play. And when Belgium moves the ball, they are almost unstoppable. And you see them right now. They're passing, cutting, they're hitting back doors. They're going to their strengths, which is inside the paint with Messman and Waters. They already have 16 points together. This is a tough Belgium team when you let them do what they want to do on offense.
I mean, they have been on, saw that long run there, that big run, which has allowed them to open up this 9-point lead. And they're just getting layups. Layup after layup. And the strength of Greece, while we've applauded their offense, you see Valter's numbers, really it's been their ability to play defense and how they played it. And to give up this many points this early is disappointing, no doubt, for the coach especially, but also the players, because they take a lot of pride in it. Maltzy. Sophie Ryu drives in. Spanu, remembers, on the bench with 3 fouls, so certainly everything right now is not going according to plan for the Greeks. Carprio. Oh, over the head pass to Messiman. And doesn't quite handle it. Now a chance for Nikolapoulou, and she pulls up. And that basket has a lid on it compared to the way it was against Turkey, that's for sure. And Carprio had just enough time to launch it. Sometimes you wonder if Carprio and Messiman get along. It's 24-15, Belgium in command after 1.
Look at those stats, 57% from 2. Greece is doing well, but they're not stopping Belgium on offense.
So 24-15, Belgium on top of Greece here in the 3rd place game. And Ann Wouters has the 10 points to lead Belgium in scoring. But really, the way they're working is, they're just working and getting good, easy shots.
And just like you said, Jeff, they're getting easy shots. So we've talked so much about the defense of Greece, and they haven't been on tonight. And like we saw in the 2 previous games, these women have already played a lot of games. You're looking at Greece. This is the 7th game for them in 10 days. So that's a lot of minutes. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Now, what's interesting to me, we still got Messiman out there, but then you've got 4 reserves on the court for Belgium. And for Greece, you've got Spiridopoulou. And also Fasula, who have come off the bench, and Lemura. I was thinking Greece would have a chance, but that was Linskin's foul. Her reaction suggests she disagrees.
First personal foul.
Players don't often agree.
So Fasula is at the line, and one thing that we discovered by watching her play tonight is she really does have a soft touch, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. We've seen her make some really nice moves around the basket, too, and just finishes very well.
But she only makes 1 or 2 that time. Spiridopoulou is on Messiman. Carpio behind the back pass. And the left-hander, no good. And again, just to these are rebounds that Greece should be collecting.
It's a jump ball. Belgium will keep the possession.
Belgium will maintain possession with the jump ball arrow.
And Walters.
And Carpio, she loves the behind the back pass.
She does.
Now,
and
if they practice like that,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, I mean, if you're Coach Mestdogger, you're not saying just make a simple pass. Occasionally, Walters back in the game, short.
You take the good along with the bad, right? That's what we've been saying all tournament. So Yeah, you know, for me, I would say you make the easy pass. There's no need being flashy, but if that's her game and she feels comfortable doing it,
beautiful.
then
Beautiful play. So you had Walters coming in. She was open. I'm not sure that Walters was in, you know, you don't want to have one or two more passes, but she took that shot. Now Belgium go to the other end and get the basket with Maltzy feeding Fasula, and now Maltzy gets the rebound, the quick outlet to Kautsidu. You feel just a little bit of momentum shifting.
First personal foul for player number 9, Marceli Shukapru.
You know, we saw Greece fall down early.
Look at Lolita Lemota. And Kautsidu draws the foul. She made sure to, you know, I think she helped the referee make that call for the reaction. Watch this. See that?
You work on those moves. But, you know, we saw Greece fall down early to Turkey, and they kept their composure, and that's what we're seeing again tonight. You know, there's a lot of time. They're skilled offensively.
Let's see, settling for the jump shot as well early in the clock. I know the Greeks have to take the jumpers, but they have been passing to get some good looks. And Carpio now fouled. And that's just a bad foul.
Yeah, you know, you force someone into a tough shot. Don't bail them out by fouling, because I don't think Caprio was going to make that basket just because there were defenders, there were long arms around. So by fouling her, you sort of bail her out of a tough shot that she probably wouldn't have made. And now she has an opportunity to make two points here.
So Carpio makes the first, and she's made more of an impact than I had expected, really. I mean, she's been pretty solid, especially in the quarterfinal against Italy. And she didn't back down against Spain either. Here's the mascot holding up the young fan. Spiridopoulou is yet to get going, and that was a very difficult pass for Kautsidu to control. Kautsidu was appealing to the referee, and I just saw him say no twice.
And you know, Kautsidu does have to be careful. She has already had.
Wow, look at that. I've never seen that happen. Delar just fell over, lost her feet, like that guy that was racing against the Freeze the other day. Just went down.
Hey, did you see the Freeze lost?
Yes.
Yesterday?
The Freeze. I didn't think he would lose ever. I think he was falling a bit. There's Fasula. Nice.
And did you see that finish?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when Maltzy goes to the basket, she draws the defense. She knows she's going to draw it. You roll to the basket. It's very simple. And Fasula understands. And, you know, I mean, she's helping them weather the storm of not having Spanu out there playing terrific.
Wij komen over. Hij bleef hier inderdaad verdedigen op deze manier. Nee, hij moet in. Hij pakt in deze
I thought they were speaking in English during the huddle. Isn't that how you understood it? Now, Walters, Raman.
Hey, dribble.
Isn't that what we were told? Anyway, Fasula with 7 points.
I mean, Fasula is playing great right now, you know, and they're so concerned about Maltzy. Right now, I would honestly, if I'm Greece, I'm saying, hey, have Fasula set a screen for Maltzy because they're so concerned about Maltzy. And Fasula, you know what? As a post player, do a good job setting the screen and rolling to the basket, because if there's anyone that can pass you the ball, it's going to be Maltzy. And if they start to worry about Fasula, Maltzy, you're going to be open.
You know, what can hurt, again, Belgium, is lack of experience in this event. And Greece have been able to stay within striking distance, and here they are. They've come right back to within 6. You would think so, although it also helped Greece that Delar fell over when she was running down the sideline.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Carpio drives in, just flings it up there. And now Greece can pull to within 4, or maybe even 3. And Van Leeuwen's going to come back in with Messerman. Maltzy open. And Fasula kept it alive, but Kim Mestog has it. And her sister, Hannah, misses, and then Hannah fouls Kaltsidou, and that is now team foul number 4. Now this, we talked about this before. Greece, offensively, they're not really hitting their jump shots. They're getting their stuff going to the basket. But now, one more foul, they're going to get the free throw line for the rest of the half, and there's still 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining.
And, you know, if you're statistically looking at what's going on, you're kind of saying Greece is in an okay position, only being down 6 after missing some, you know, easy baskets early. This is what we saw them do against Turkey.
Stamati is coming as well, number 5. Kaltsidou, and now it's a 4-point game. If I'm Belgium, I'm getting the ball in the hands of Messerman in the paint, in the low blocks, or Walters. She's got it, but she's taking it down. Walters knows she can't be dribbling around those active Greek hands. And now Mestog does a good job of attacking the basket and drawing the foul.
First personal foul for Ethiopia Stamati, 2 free throws. Kim Mestog.
That was the pump fake from Kaltsidou. And that's Mestog at the line. So the referee move over a little bit. There he goes.
And, you know, I think this is a good job by Mestog to get to the free throw line, you know, 2 easy points. But you have to remember, the reason why they were so successful in the first quarter was because they went to Waters and Messman. And they haven't done that a lot so far in this first 4 minutes in the second quarter.
Well, Stamati decides to put it up. Fasula gets the rebound. Kaltsidou. Delora on her. Kaltsidou right the line, but that's short. Well, that Greek bench over there, the assistant coach, is working hard. Remember, we don't want to see any technical fouls called on the Greek bench tonight. They got one last night, and boy, did it prove ruinous. It really came at the start of an avalanche of points for France. Mestog! A 3-pointer, now the lead balloons to 9. Tough pass, and then Fasula throws it into the hands of Messerman. And Greece have really kind of let Belgium off the hook here. They've let them just kind of reassert control. And they're going to call a block. Sliding in late was Kaltsidou.
Foul by player number 9. Break myself.
Seeing Mestog's 3-point shot, and really, you can't give her that much space. She's too good of a 3-point shooter, and Greece should know this already, that she's that wide open. She's going to make that at least 60% of the time.
And also player number 30, Afrodi Nikosma.
Kosma has come back into the game, as well as Maltzy. And Fasula, who gave some good minutes, she's gone back out of the game with Kaltsidou. Now Kosma, right off the bench, has come out and then called for a technical for going down.
Yeah, certainly it's a flopping technical.
Technical foul for flopping.
She went over and gave a low five to the ref that made the call, so I don't know what that meant.
I'm not mad at you. I don't know.
It's not that I agree with you, but
Yeah.
let's be friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it was
All right,
like.
call it both ways.
Can't we just get along?
You're going to call it that? Call it.
Well, they find it. Galar, she hands it off to Walters, who loses it going up. And Greece escaped. That should have been 2 for Walters.
Third personal foul for Antonia Villar. 2 free throws for Greece. Substitution Greece with number 11.
We threw her back in and stood up a little bit. Drawn the foul, so she is going to the line, and that's the benefit really for Greece right now is they can go to the line, try to keep things close. The next 4:43, every time they get fouled, they're shooting free throws. She only makes 1 or 2. So it's still a 9-point lead for Belgium. Kristinaki as well has come into the game. And the jump shot is good.
I mean, that matchup, you know, they do play a beautiful matchup zone, but if you move the ball as well as Belgium does, you're going to find Messmer with a mismatch, and she's not going to miss when she's that low.
Malti puts up the 3. Kristinaki, saying she came over the back. Mustog was kind of boxing around, but seemed to get harsh.
Personal foul for player number 21, Helena Kristinaki. 2 free throws for Belgium. It's a 15th foul of Greece.
Now that's
this
a
quarter.
problem for Greece because every time they foul Belgium, they go to the free throw line. So Belgium, who were reeling just a little bit, have stabilized things, and now they're back up and adding to their lead. Watch this. Here it is again. Well,
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think Mestag sort of bent over on her own, and maybe the ref thought she got pushed, and that's why she, I don't know.
can't get Maltzy going. She's really struggling shooting at just 1 of 9 from the floor. That's been a real killer for Greece. And here she goes again, and this time still can't get it to go. Just laid it up too hard. And this time Kristinaki did push, and this is now 2 more free throws. Greece just not playing well right now.
Second personal foul by Helena Kristinaki. Substitution Greece. Back to the game goes Stiljani Kamsidu.
Spirit Upper comes out. Kalsidu comes back in. But you got to remember, I mean, there's a long way to go in this game, but you do have to also remember that Greece have already surpassed expectations to get this far. They've already qualified for the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. So no matter what happens, they've had a successful EuroBasket.
Yeah.
Nobody gave them a chance. But what they don't want to happen is to get all this way and then to leave with a bad taste in their mouths because they know they could play better. Now, they're Belgium on a 12-1 run since the 6:27 mark. So it's like over the last 3 minutes. Kalsidu. I think the fact that she was passing, she may have avoided getting charged there. Possibly. Oh, that was a tough pass right into the lane. And turns it over. Mestog has it. And Mestog goes down. They could almost call the simulation on Mestog on that one. And now they call a foul on Osman.
This time followed by player number 13, Aphrodite Kosma. Second personal foul.
tell you what, I don't think Greece are getting the rub of the green right now on the officiating.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff.
I do think that they even out over the course of the game. But that was a tough call, just like,
But, you know, they're down 15, 16, and Spanu has been on the bench for 10 minutes now, 10 game time minutes. So they're not in a horrible. I mean, it's not as bad as it could be because 3 minutes ago, we kind of thought Greece was going on a little bit of a run, and then 4 minutes ago, and now you kind of see.
Well, basketball's a game of runs.
It is a game of runs.
Unless it's a really tight game, obviously. But, I mean, the simple fact of the matter is Greece are not playing well. Maybe, you know, they're not getting the rub of the green when it comes to the calls. But look, you got 16 to 14 points in the paint. So from that standpoint, it's not bad for Greece.
And you know, your top scorer, your leader, your veteran is 1 for 10. Very uncharacteristic. You have Kaltsidou, sorry, who's only 1 for 3. I would be feeling okay because you know that they're not going to shoot this like this as the game goes on. You know, and we keep reiterating this, but you still have 3 minutes left. If you can get that score to around just 10 points difference, you're feeling okay going into halftime. You really are.
So that would mean outscoring Belgium by 7 points the rest of the way.
Which is possible. You know, they just need to get some stops, some scores, a few consecutive times, and then the score is right back within reach.
Oh, tough shot from Maltzy. Got it close. And Kaltsidou was out of bounds, so she was scrapping for the ball. Maltzy just can't get a bucket tonight. I mean, she's 1 of 11, 1 of 12. 0 of 5 from three-point range. She's got a efficiency rating of -3. And now the turnover. And Kaltsidou forced it there. Van Loo pulls up and ball rims out. And Mestog, the coach, says, listen, we're in no rush.
Yeah, you know, slow down. Not a bad look, but maybe use a little bit of the clock.
Puts her head down. She gets to the free throw line. So foul on Ken Mestog. Look at this. Yep, no doubt about it. And this is where maybe Maltzy can try to, you know, she can get on track. She just needs to see the ball go in the hoop.
Yeah, you know, this is what you say when you're not knocking your shots. Try to get to the free throw line because you get to work on your form then. So maybe this is all she needs, a couple free throws, and then she's going to knock down some shots.
No, against Turkey, she didn't start well. I mean,
no,
but
and
she
her
didn't
first
start,
points were on the free throw line.
Because she didn't start badly either. Because she wasn't forcing it. She was that the game when she missed the layup at the very beginning.
The first layup, and you and I said, "Oh,
that's very un-Maltzy-like."
Yeah. But you know, she looked over and said, "Whoa, yeah, my bad. I'm all right. I've calmed down."
But she's kind of tried to force it to try to get going because she knows Greece need it. It's understandable. Esseman goes baseline, back outside, Hannah Mestog, and that was well short. Spanu, meanwhile, back in the game with the 3 fouls. Now Maltzy gets her the ball. Spanu, no-look pass, and Greece again catch a break. as, well, they can't get the ball. So they almost called a break. Wouters well outside. And Maltzy is fouled again. And I can understand why Mestog is upset, because his team is far more effective when they're running their offense and they're making passes and going in. And they're just not, they're taking bad shots. I mean, and the veteran Walters, for me, is not taking good shots in these situations. Van Loo took a quick three on the break. And all you're doing is allowing Greece to go to the free throw line, as you say, to try to get a little bit closer by halftime and to keep this, to stay within striking distance. And now they're down 14. And Maltzy is seeing the ball go through the hoop.
Yeah, he's not happy with his club, for sure, Coach Mestog, because the time, you got to use the time well, your shot clock, and...
Let's see if he gets a little bit hot under the collar here. I think he will.
Well, just get the ball inside.
Watch this.
There are 17 points. You need to control the rhythm. Don't shoot after 3 seconds, and stop with making stupid fouls. Go for a long play, right?
Yeah, use more time on the shot clock. And by the way, he's speaking in English that time. Maybe he heard us listening before. But really, Greece is just like you said. I mean, they're back in it, and the reason why they're back in it is because Belgium have let them back in it. Okay, they're down 13. So is that back in it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's this day and age, anything can happen. They're 3-pointer down from 10 points. And Greece will continue to fight, no doubt about it. Lemur and the Greek bench shouting out, trying to get their team going. Trying to make some inroads, and Greece come out and try to trap a little. Then they fall back, making the Belgians take some time off the clock.
Which is what Belgium also wants to do on offense, right? He said a long offense. Look at that move. Oh.
Yeah, she had the shot, and now Belgium missed one, and now Greece clearly, well, they'll take a shot if they get it, I think. They're not as concerned about giving Belgium the last shot. Cosma's open, and it's such a bad shot that it fell right into the hands of Spander.
Can we call that a pass or no?
No. And Belgium will go to halftime, and Greece, I think, will feel good about, look at this. They have finished the half. Okay, they were trying to get to 10. They've got it down to 11. And Belgium just lost their way there. Still up by 11.
And you know, Greece are 0 for 7 from 3. 11 assists. Greece does have the 7 turnovers compared to only 2 for Belgium. 2 turnovers at half, you have to be feeling good. But maybe that's, Greece needs to put a little bit more pressure on them on defense and force them into some turnovers if they want to get back in this.
Well, it's 40-29. Belgium on top of Greece. I think an intriguing 20 minutes await us.
letos vozit vozem Hyundai. Tak Dané, na to, 3, 2, 1. Jej, škoda, krásný pokus, chlape, ale. Škoda, bude to cena útěchy. Ještě fotka do opička. Danovi, zatleskejte, hezky jste ho pozbuzovali, jo? Hezká vzpomínka na ten zápas o bronz a poločasové vystoupení bude pokračovat. Next Cheerleaders Generation Polska.
上一瞬间，眼睛原将白体。
Přehledné a aktuální informace z vašeho kraje, okresu i nejbližšího okolí. Luštění a křížovky pro celou rodinu. Rozšířená sportovní rubrika i pravidelné přílohy TV magazín, deník plný bydlení a magazín ženy. Objednejte si za 14 dní zdarma na 272 015 015. Mnohatý technologický vývoj. Investice do moderních ekologických technologií. Jednou z nejdelších distribučních soustav vytápí na 60 000 domácností. Díky vaší spolupráci a důvěře můžeme vyrábět opravdu čistou, levnou a spolehlivou energii. Elektrárny na Katovice. Jsme tepelné srdce východních Čech. I soutěžní jezdci už to vědí. Přichází vůz, jaký tu ještě nebyl. Atraktivní, sebejistý, bezpečný, prostorný, luxusně vybavený. Prostě nejlepší český liftback všech dob. A teď ujedu všem. Nový Hyundai i30. Hyundai. Matný na pomerančovém Lambo. Tam máš ďábla. Vaše hvězdy chutí v novém. Pokud se nám matový s ovocnou šťávou.
Každý všední den v 9 hodin ráno vám přinášíme výjimečné hosty, zajímavá témata s osobnostmi, které mají co říct. Host Lucie Výborné od pondělí do pátku od 9 hodin živě na Radiožurnálu. Univerzita Hradec Králové, paní basketbalu.
Well, the Belgian fans and the Spanish fans checking back in. And goodness me, that was Sam Van Rossum who just checked in. I just noticed him. He's sitting in. He's the Belgium international point guard. Good to see the Belgium men's national team supporting the women. And they are up 40-29 on Greece. And the question that you have is, can Greece come back? And most certainly they can. I think perhaps we've seen a little bit of lack of execution from Belgium in the latter part of the first half, which just kind of opened the door a little bit for Greece to come back to within 11 points. And they will be eager for the good times to return. So we shall see how this pans out. Well, Shona, you know, it's great to see Sam van Rossum here, the Belgian national team point guard that plays at Valencia, supporting the Belgian women's team. I mean, last time I checked, Czech Republic wasn't anywhere close to Spain, and he's taken the trip. So that really shows a national team program that's together, doesn't it?
It does, and you know, anytime you can kind of get some more visible male players, let's say in the media, out supporting women's basketball, I think it also encourages other people to step up and support women's basketball, because it's exciting. It is exciting, and you know, those of you who are just maybe watching your first major tournament of women's basketball, I think you can say you have not been disappointed. There's been drama, there's been upsets, heartache, tears of joy. So it's an exciting sport. You know, maybe it's not quite as athletic, let's say, because there's not dunking and things like that, but these women are talented. You know, they can shoot from anywhere on the court just like men can. They have moves. So, you know, I love it. I love seeing men supporting women's basketball. And, you know, let's break down this stat sheet going into the second half here. Belgium were so good when they got the ball inside, and Wouters had 10 points in the first quarter, and she finished the half with 10 points. So, you know, I think they went away from what was successful for them. They only have 2 turnovers, but you heard Coach call that one timeout and said, we need a long offense, you need to calm down, and, you know, make them work on defense and then look for a good shot, because they did sort of get into some early shots, which is playing into Greece's hands, in my opinion. As far as Greece goes, you know, you need Malta, you need Kaltsidou to get going here if they want to have a chance. But it starts with defense. You know, expect them to pick it up a little bit on defense and see if that gets them going on offense.
Well, Kaltsidou has it. She is going to work against Rahman, who starts in the second half. And Kaltsidou can't really get on track either tonight. I mean, Greece hitting some shots that they would expect to make. And now Belgium will try to extend the lead. Messerman. And she just powered her way up and puts it in off the glass. She will go to the line.
She is so talented. Look at this move. She knows she has the height advantage, but just the strength that requires to stay with it, be able to get the shot up. I mean, that was a pretty strong foul.
She's just undersized, but she's also mad at herself for giving that away, and that just extends the lead. So Kaltsidou drives in.
And they need her to get going. You know, you don't want Kaltsidou and Malti to force things, and I don't think they will because they are veterans, but they need to get going.
Messerman this time shoots it over the basket, and now Kaltsidou is bringing it up, going right against Rama. Picks up a dribble, and Malti has it. Now Spano sets the pick, and Malti's going to put up a 3, but still comes off the back of the iron. And 1 of 12 now from the floor, Malti. Wouters Turns, shoots, and scores over Spanu. Not much you can do about that if you're Spanu.
No, and you know you have 3 fouls already, and this is what I'm talking about. Already right now, you saw Belgium go back to Wouters and Messman, and that's how they started the game, and then they went away from that.
Spanu over to Sotirio, and Wouters with the rebound. It's a very poor shooting night. Greece have yet to hit a 3. And Mestag misses. Nikolapoulou brings it forward. I mean, what do you do if you're Greece? I mean, if you have the open shots, I think you just have to keep taking them.
Yeah, I mean open shots, not forced shots, but
no.
open shots. No matter when they come in the shot clock, you have
Like
to take
this,
them.
for example. And she hits the side of the backboard. It's just a very difficult shooting night.
Yeah, and you know, she's getting a little frustrated. I mean, that's a shot that Malty has hit thousands of times in her career, and she was open. It was a good look. You want your best player taking that shot, and I mean, maybe the minutes are catching up to her.
Spanu from the top, and Wouters with the rebound, and it just goes from bad to worse for Greece from 3-point range. Just would not have thought this could have happened the way they hit their shots against Turkey the other day, but that's basketball. Now Mestag, and Spanu rebounds it. And Mestag takes it away from Maltzy. Lazy pass punished. And they trapped well that time. The ball goes to Messaman. Now Sotirio goes down hard. Watch this. Oh! She caught an elbow big time.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it was on purpose because it was actually her, after she had already swung her elbow, it was the opposite elbow that sort of clipped her chin.
Well, you know, the referees are going to look back at this videotape and maybe think perhaps we should have gone to check on it, but in some ways you can understand if a player cries wolf if they've gone down or they haven't been hurt before. I'm not saying Sotirio has been like that, but
and this is where, you know, you do see players flop, and everyone does it. I've done it. There's not one player that can tell me they have not flopped before. So, but that's the disadvantage of if you do flop every now and then, sometimes they don't call it.
And that time the penetration from Katsidu, who tries to hand it off to Spanu, and it goes out of bounds. And again, trying to force it inside to get a better shot. So Galar comes back in, and it is an awful dry spell for Greece. Just 2 points so far in the first 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes of the second half. Van Loo. Greece are very fortunate that Belgium have not started like a house on fire in the second half. And that's a tough shot as well. Karamidis is going to come, or Nikolapoulou is going to come out. Because there's no way that's going in. Look at this. In that situation, I mean, even if it gets past Van Loo, she did her a favor by getting a hand on it. Because it was going out of bounds and it was a turnover.
Yeah,
Spanu going the other way. Sotirio puts up the 3.
They've just gone flat. Greece has right now.
0 of 12 from 3. Rahman open, the lefty. Limura. Kristinaki. And again, Sotirio. And Limura works her way free. Foul. 35.
This time, foul number 35.
Van Loo. There's not been a thing of offensive beauty here at the start. Shikariu goes
The
down.
second personal
Maybe some
foul.
ice with that
Substitution
chin.
Greece with number 7 in the game. Anas Piridopoulou.
So Spiridopoulou in there to try to bring some firepower. Now Lemura has the shot blocked.
This just is not the Greek basketball that we saw when they beat a Turkish team.
And Messman hits it on the baseline, and it goes up by 16 points. Just past the midway point of this third quarter. Kristinaki.
Fourth personal foul by player number 15, Artemis Panu. Substitution Greece victor again, number 34, Mariela Masua.
Rahman has it. So Messerman just hit one shot. There's Rahman driving and drawing the foul. She will go to the line. Is there any point in this game we think this might change for Greece? Because they just lost all confidence shooting the ball. They just don't have the touch.
I mean, at the end of the second quarter, I kind of felt good about where Greece was, to be honest. And it's kind of, you know, in this short 6 minutes has really not gone in Greece's favor.
No, they've been outscored by 8 points here
And they
early in the second
cannot
half.
get anything going. Like, they're not getting good looks.
Spiridopoulou, a little step back.
You know, that was off of one pass, and maybe they need to run an offense, you know, one that consists of more than 1 or 2 passes and someone trying to create their own shot.
Messerman just feels like, well, we're going to turn it on now. She puts it up, and maybe attack fortunate to get that ball, Greece, on that rebound. They just need to see one three-pointer go in, you think?
Yeah, but you know,
It can be contagious.
I do think if you look at these two rosters in general, you know, look at where the players play in Euro Cup, Euro League, what they have. Belgium is the more talented team tonight.
Oh, they get to Fasula, and she misses the layup. Perfect shot. And Lee out to Hannah Mestag. No, that's going to be off. So that's 3 team fouls. So there's not going to be any relief for Greece either by going to the free throw line.
Substitution Belgium with number 5 and number 12 back to the game. Go Kimesta and Ann Walters. One more substitution for Greece. Evantia Maltse returns to the game.
So Maltse comes back in. Kristinaki takes a seat. They need Maltse really for her ability to penetrate, shoot jumpers. I mean, you're used to seeing her play at such a high level as recently as against Turkey. And now it's just not happening, but here she is. So
Evantia Maltse strong to the basket.
She can get going. There's still a lot of time left in this game. Let's not forget what Malta has done in the past. But do you think maybe 6 games in 10 days is starting to catch up on the veteran player?
quite possibly, and Valou hits the 3. And that's the thing, Belgium have been missing shots as well. They're not going to continue to miss.
Yeah.
So it is a very deep hole that Greece have to climb out of. Down 20, 2:20 remaining. And again, they throw it over the defense. Spiridopoulou might call 3 seconds if she's not careful. Sotiru, I think, is coming back in for Spiridopoulou. And this will call for the foul on the waist.
Second personal foul for Mariana Pasua.
This was Van Loo.
Substitution brings with number 11 and number 12. Back in the game was Anthony Ginikopo and Ekaterina Soterilu.
This guy is frustrated. She can't do anything about it. You see how much it means to them. She wants to get out there and help. So she's got the foul trouble, and it's not making for pleasant viewing for those Greek players.
No, it's not. And
on the other hand, how big is this for Belgian basketball? Not just Belgian women's basketball, but Belgian men's basketball. Belgian men have made it to 4 consecutive EuroBaskets. So clearly this is a country that's moving the right direction. Multi, it's the very first three-pointer. They're now 1 of 15 from three-point range. Where there's life, there's hope, and Greece still have life. Mestag over to Hannah Mestag, her sister. Nikolapoulou. Sotiru pulls up, and I don't know if the coach was upset she didn't make another pass or somebody didn't pop out. She had an open look.
she did. It wasn't a difficult shot. I actually think that was a pretty good shot for Greece.
Hannah Mestag, no, Julie Van Loo. So Van Loo takes it back up to 22.
And they're starting to have fun. You saw from the beginning of this game that they were ready and they believed that they could win.
So Coach Mestag, his team, not even at the EuroBasket Women in 2015. Belgium not at the competition in 2013. They weren't there in 2011. They weren't there in 2009. And here they are with a chance to reach the podium.
That's pretty incredible if you think about what they have done in a short period of time. And, the Belgian Federation is going to look back and say, hey, it wasn't a short period of time. We have been building this and working on this at the youth levels, giving players an opportunity. And they've done a good job and a better job of developing also the league in Belgium, where, the Belgian team won Euro Cup 2 years ago. So, hey, they've developed their league. They have developed their players. So it's really no surprise that they are here, because they've worked hard at it. And so have their players. They've committed and they've bought into Coach Mestag and his system.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? I mean, you got to have all factors working together. Parker over to Mestag on the corner. And the lead now 61-36, and this is
Belgium finish on high.
I wouldn't say it's starting to get away from Greece. I think it's safe to say it's gotten away from Greece.
61-36, and it's
Yeah, I do too,
And now look up at the
that's deflating, that last 3 points there by Belgium.
Music he's going to play.
So 13 of 29 inside the arc, 6 of 20 beyond. Look at Greece, 1 of 16 from 3. So hasn't really lived up to the bronze or the battle for third place that we anticipated, with Greece just their level has just dropped the last couple of days. Understandable. You know, they played tough, very tough against France for 3 quarters and just kind of ran this team, and they just haven't gotten it back since that point. Whereas Belgium, I think they were just really overmatched against a very competent, rampant Spain. And they got Spain at the wrong time, and I wouldn't say they've played brilliantly tonight, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's the first time they've been at the EuroBasket Women, and they're, you know, 10 minutes away from reaching the podium.
You know, that's a pretty good accomplishment if you think about it. So it'll be interesting to see where Belgium goes in the future, what they do next year, you know, how long Anne Vauters plans on sticking around for.
You've got, you know, you would think, well, you don't want to lose such an accomplished player, somebody. They're already celebrating over there on the bench. I think they know that they've...
they're smiling. They're feeling comfortable.
But you've got the likes of Lenskens, who clearly has potential. Raman is already out there. I mean, I wouldn't say they're short of post players. And they've also got another exciting player, I thought, last night that came on and did well, Geldof. I'm hoping that she comes in pretty soon, because I think she's got a lot to offer. Fanu gets down. Tamati now. And, you know, keep it in perspective for Greece as well. I mean, it's a country that has qualified, and now they've made it back, and they've made it to 4th place. So they beat the World Cup. So it's not a bad tournament for them. Raman or Lenskens. Lenskens picks up her 2nd foul.
No, it's not a bad tournament. And keep in mind, not a lot of people had Greece even making it to this bronze medal game. So they have given it their all. You know, you have Maltzi playing over 36 minutes a game, Kalsidou playing over 31, Spanu playing over 31, and this is their 7th game, and you know, that's tiring. You train for this, but you can't simulate 7 games in 10, 11 days. So it's been a long tournament, and I think that's what we're seeing right now from this Greek team.
Lenskens catches it down low, puts it up. Now they are up by 29 points. And the interesting thing with Belgium now is how are they going to build on this? Well, they'll get the opportunity to play at the World Cup, so that'll be good for them. And Maltzi there gets rejected by the youngster. And that's what's important. You know, you got to continuously make these tournaments, and it sure helps to have the likes of Messaman. And is this a team that can point to reaching perhaps the Olympics? You know, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you know, they're pretty sure going to end up 3rd.
I don't think they're as good as Spain or France right now from Europe.
No, I don't, but I do think that was Mestard with another 3. You know, I do think that they're going to do well next year. You know, maybe they're not quite medal contention in the world stage, but I think they're easily a team who, at the next FIBA EuroBasket Women's Championships in 2009, can give themselves a spot to go to that pre-Olympic qualification tournament, you know, the same summer as Tokyo 2020, where the next Olympics will be. I do think they are talented enough to be able to do that.
But the frustration is evident as you look at the replays. We're looking at Greece headed to the bench, and there Spanu might need to come out of the game because she's just very frustrated. It's frustrated to go out like the way they're going out tonight, down 31 points. I mean, these things happen in sports, don't they?
They do.
Inexplicably.
Yeah, they do. And sometimes when it's just not going right, it's not going right. I mean, look at that, 1 for 16. For the tournament, they've shot 35% from 3, so they're really not doing shooting well tonight. Yeah, I mean, they haven't really given up any rebounds, so that's a good statistical category to think about.
It's a tough, as you look at Valker so long, you know, it's taken this long for her to get to the podium of the EuroBasket. It's, I mean, it is a great moment for Belgium.
It is.
It's, you know, I mean, Greek basketball fans will know that it's a very difficult game to figure out, you know? Okay, let's go back to the men's team in 2006. Van Loo, she's happy. You go back to the Greece team, they beat the USA 101-95 in the semifinals, and everybody's partying in the streets of Athens, and then they come out and play in the final against Spain and get blown out completely.
Yep.
So it's just a hard game to figure out sometimes. Things happen. And Letskins gets it down low, and they're really pretty much running what they want to run right now. They're having fun. Yeah,
they are. And, you know, you finally see Coach Mestark sitting down on the bench, not really pacing as much anymore.
Maltzy was able to get the ball out, and Belgium just in complete command. Ryu comes up with the steal. I think the Greece coach was just trying to calm things down when they went over. Just reminded
maybe calm the emotions a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Maltzy hits the jumper. Offensive foul called on another one on Letskins.
Offensive foul by player number 00,
so that's 3 fouls on Letskins. The main event will be France and Spain. That'll be coming up. Pretty sure that's going to be a little bit closer. Two great rivals once again. Doesn't matter if it's in the men's game or the women's game. Somehow these two teams always end up playing each other in crucial circumstances. A rematch of the 2013 title game that was played in France that Spain won. Also a rematch of the semifinal 2 years ago in Budapest that France won. Nulaus has gone down, another foul call on Greece.
Substitutes in Greece.
So 5 fouls on Spanu.
Back to the court goes Mariela Kosula.
And she just kind of buries her head.
I mean, you know, she's disappointed, and I know all these Greek players, coaches, they thought they had a chance for a medal, and I would have guessed this game would have been a little bit closer, but I think Belgium has just come out with, I mean, from the get-go, they sort of said, you know, this is going to be our night. You guys have to stop us, and Greece wasn't able to do that.
I think what's disappointing for Greece is they know they can play a lot better.
Yes.
That's number one. I mean, and we know that. So that's, three. Nope, that was a 2. Lewinsky's showing her range. 8 points. 71-38. You know, they're going from the ultimate high, really, of winning in the quarterfinal qualifiers, knocking Russia out. And following that up with a win over Turkey. So a team that has been among the top teams in women's basketball, really, for the past several years. So that is where Greece have, why they're disappointed, because they know they can play a lot better. Pretty sure Belgium doesn't really care about that right now. They're not enjoying this because it's coming at Greece's expense. They're enjoying the feeling of knowing that they are going to be standing on the podium to get a medal. And it's probably something, I mean, you know, they never realized what happened. certainly that was kind of the feeling of Messerman. She didn't, when she was asked that the other night, this wasn't really a thought that she entertained. So again, the challenge will be for them to build on this. And don't just let this be a one-year thing. Hendricks picks up the foul.
I mean, I think a lot, I imagine Waters will come back next year, having never played in a World Cup with Belgium. But who knows, you know, she does have a family. She does have 2 young kids. Actually, her and her partner both ended up getting pregnant a month apart. So, you know, they more or less had twins growing up. So she, you know, she does have a family, 2 young kids. So I'm not, you know, and it's a big commitment because she has to make the commitment of playing all year and then also playing in the summer. So we'll see. Hopefully this isn't the last. And I'm sure the Belgian Federation is saying, please don't stop.
That's right. But they will have, you know, they've got other players that are, you know, it's good to have competition for spots and everything. Neulaus misses, Delar rebounds it. I'm pretty sure if she wants to play, she'll play. It's up to her. I don't think there's any question that she'll make the team, even if she made it as like the 12th player.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting she's dropped in the pecking order or anything.
No, you know, she has already proven that she still has it. You know, she's averaged 13 points, 5.2 rebounds in this tournament. You know, shooting 47%. So she's still got it. Let's put it that way.
Well, she's played for the senior team since the 1999 European Championship for Women qualifying round. And those games were in 1997. So 20 years ago. 2 decades. It's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive.
She was playing for Belgium.
She's played.
She was playing for Belgium before any of her teammates were born. Is that safe to say? Yeah, I think so. And now an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Fasula. Hopefully she's okay. I think she's going to come out. That's going to get built off. Here's another look at it.
I think it might have been on Tautsidu, actually. Let's see here.
She went down hard. That was appropriate celebrating. Linskens and Neulaus are looking decidedly shaky right now. Both of them a bit woozy. And she's struggling to get it up there.
Substitution Belgium. Back to the game, number 22 and 23. And next up, and first time in the game, Serena Lindello.
So Delar inbounds it. And for Greece, this game is mercifully coming to an end.
Second personal foul by Anthony Ostamate.
Geldok just checking in, goes straight to the free throw line. And she makes the first one. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. And a three-pointer from Ananiki Stamalampru is way too long.
Belgium leading 75-38.
And she almost came up with it. Look at the length of Geldof, though, 23. Isn't she intriguing? Right here, look at this. She's got to work on her finishing and everything else. But goodness me, look at her.
And how much do you think she has learned from Ann Waters? Just being able to practice against her, you know.
Stamani makes it, so Greece get to 40 points. They're down 35. Geldof, I like her. I mean, obviously they like her, or they wouldn't have included her. So coming up on the 1 minute mark now. So what a great moment for Belgian basketball. Let's don't play this down at all. This is a fantastic achievement for them. And what more could they have hoped for coming into this competition than to
I mean, I'm pretty sure
come this far?
As soon as they get back to Belgium, they're going to have a very big celebration for them. And it's well-deserved, you know.
And Carpio draws the foul with 35 seconds remaining.
Followed by Alfredo Costa. Third personal foul. 2 free throws for Belgium.
So arguably, is this the greatest night in Belgium women's basketball history?
Absolutely. I don't think there's a
the thing is, I mean, they've won so convincingly.
The celebration. Sorry.
You know, they've beaten the likes of some good teams at this competition. And Kristianaki's three-pointer comes in a little bit too late for Greece. I don't think Belgium will take a shot here. I think they're gonna.
No. I don't think they will. I mean, there's no need. You know,
So look at Carpio. She's milking this. So Belgium have well and truly arrived in women's basketball. They are on the podium. They have finished third. It's richly deserved, really. I mean, they went unbeaten all the way to the quarterfinals. It's disappointment for Greece. It's Belgium winning at 78-45. Look at those. I mean, the coaches get as much credit too. I mean, they've given their all for this team, and it's just all come good. You remember, you look back at the teams and the competition that Coach Mestog has overcome in this competition, and you got nothing but respect for what they've achieved. They beat Montenegro. They won by 1 against Russia. They held off Latvia by 4. They beat Italy. They came up short against Spain. And here they are. And look at them celebrate.
Yeah, you know, it's.
Look at the shooting. I mean, it's kind of 2 for 20 for Greece, 6 for 21 for Belgium. I don't think we really saw Belgium at their best tonight. I mean, I think it was, I think Greece were that poor, in all honesty, that, but, you know, Belgium have, you know, we just talked about their results, the teams that they've beaten. All you can do is salute them, really, because they did what they had to do.
Yeah, they didn't have an easy route to get here. Like you mentioned, you know, they wins over Montenegro, wins over Russia, you know, win over Latvia, big win over Turkey to get out of the quarterfinals, and they lost to a very good Spanish team who was one of their better games, let's be honest. So this is well deserved. You know, you look at the leaders, and there's no real surprise there. You have Mestarg, who everyone knows she's a shooter with 18 points. Messman, no surprise. Waters, no surprise. I mean, those three players consistently led them game in and game out, and they're a big reason why they are here.
Well, coaches and players and teammates all hugging each other. You know, there's only one way to go from here for Belgium. It's on the way up. And for Greece, they just need to put this behind them and move on. They don't need to hang their heads leaving. I mean, they just had a really bad night at the office. Clearly, their win, or rather their defeat to France yesterday, much closer, I think, really, than that final score indicated. France just caught fire in the fourth quarter and just really pulled away. It just kind of snowballed. It's been a great EuroBasket Women for them. But you have to like Belgium's chances of getting better because, you know, they've got good young players, starting with Emma Messman, who I'd be awfully surprised if she didn't make the all-tournament team. You've got Van Loo, who's a great point guard. You've got Delar, who plays big minutes and does a little bit of everything. You've got the Mestag sisters, Kim Mestag and Hannah. You've got those good young players that are coming up, and all they need is experience. And you would think that with that experience, they'll get better. Now, how will this translate for next year? Is this competition, are they going to face harder opponents next year at the World Cup?
Yeah, they are. And what they don't have a lot of experience is facing opponents who play a different style of basketball to them. And that's what you see at the World Cup. You know, European teams kind of play a similar style. Guess what? The South American, the Asians, the Africans, it's all a different style. So who knows how they're going to react to that. You know, obviously, I think Coach Mestarg knows this. He's going to be prepared. He's going to get them games before the World Cup against probably these different styles of play. You know, maybe they'll go play at China. Maybe they'll play Australia. Who knows? Maybe at Canada. So they're going to be prepared, but it is different. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare against some of the different and other best teams in the world.
And they know that they're not in that top tier of teams, clearly. But then again, you know, they know if they come out and execute, as they did throughout much of this tournament, they've got a chance. But listen, this is a first-time experience for them with the EuroBasket Women.
Well, I mean, you know,
you lived it with Canada. I mean,
yeah.
you're just not right there at the very beginning, are you?
No, you're not. It's a long way, and it's a long commitment, and it's many games, and it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But, you know, if you look at who got third at last EuroBasket, I'm pretty sure it was Spain. They got silver at the 2 years later at the Rio Olympics. So, hey, these European teams are very good. They're consistently medaling at the top events. And look, we just have seen history made in Belgium coming away with the bronze medal. So watch out, world, because Belgium have put themselves on the map.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't have any complaints if you're a Belgian basketball fan about this tournament. They came out and they did the country proud. And look at this. Boy, this is something that they can build on for the rest of, all the way through the World Cup and beyond. And don't think that getting to the Olympics is out of the question. This could very easily happen if they continue to build in the right way. So congratulations to Belgium. It's been a fantastic run, and it's ended with a spot on the podium at the EuroBasket Women. So Emma Messman and Belgium celebrate the most famous achievement, really, in women's basketball in their history, and they'll look to enjoy more moments like this in the future. Emma Messman, clearly an elite basketball player, one of the best basketball players in the world, and Wouters, such a famous sports personality, so successful over the years. We're glad that you were able to share in that moment with them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in for the title game between Spain and France. It'll be coming up next.